we have to talk about weekly bosses and how they legitimately need an update. At least for the update that they come out in, because man, I have been farming for Mavwika this entire update through this boss, and I have only just now been able to double crown this character. Not triple crown, like some characters may need in the future. No, I can only double crown this character, which is so great. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh on Genshin, but legitimately, please just change it, man. It's not worth it. I was on sprint cooldown, by the way. Don't look at that and think that you're above me or anything. I'm above you. Don't worry. All right, let's go ahead, and this should be a one shot, but oh, not a one shot. Okay, I see you. All right, well, that's that. Okay, but seriously though, I'm finally now able to double crown my Mavwika, and look at this, 2 drops again. It is always 2 drops. I have barely ever gotten 3 drops from this time. I don't know what the rates are. Maybe I've gotten unlucky. I probably have, but legitimately, I have gotten 2 drops so many times. Genshin, please. I don't know. Let's see how long we have left of this update. Let's see how long this update is. We have 7 days for this update. Just now, I am finally maxing out my Mavwika to where I'm probably gonna leave her unless I level her normals, which is a very plausible idea in my head, because pressing her E skill and then just, swinging her sword. She's already doing like 3,000 damage with her sword. She probably can do some pretty good overworld stuff with that. By just tapping her E skill, she probably would kill things. We got the actual thing. I can finally upgrade my Mavwika to level 10 talents. I mean, dude, it's too much. And this is more of a discussion video that I sometimes do. Hey, if you guys think that it's good that the weekly bosses are like this, go ahead. But as a YouTuber who was trying to compare Arlecchino versus Mavwika, not getting 3 drops or even enough drops to level this character up hurt every single time. I feel like I like comparing characters at a high level investment. That's how I am. So when I'm only able to compare, Mavwika when she comes out to a, with a level 8 talent and then a level 6, skill, I mean, that's really bad to me. Like, that's not good. That really is not. And I mean, I eventually just swallowed the pill because I knew, wow, I'm going to have a week left of the update, and then I'm going to be able to do my Arlecchino versus Mavwika video. If I wanted to, sort of put them, on an even playing field. It's an issue, right? I think there are solutions to this. Very easy solutions, I would say. Double the boss reward drops, right? Just for the update that the weekly boss comes out in. Double its reward drops. That's all you need to do. So every time, someone goes in the next 7 days, you get double rewards. That's all they need to do, really. Literally, the talent book domain here. I will do a run here while I'm talking about this. So, like, as someone who wanted to compare these characters, I could not justifiably compare these characters. And that really hurts the character overall. Like, I can't sit back and be like, oh, yeah, no. This is a completely fine, fair comparison. No, it hurts the character to not be maxed out. Some characters gain a lot from their talent levels. It is important to max characters out in order to look at how good they can perform at their maximum. Because I don't think that people are going to stop at level 8 talents and be like, yep, that's good. That's good for me. That's good for me. Because you can easily just get more damage for free, basically, if you just level up your talents. Leveling up your talents is such a huge damage increase, especially when we're talking about characters like Mavwika, who can hit 3.5 million damage. A talent level for this character is going to matter quite a lot. It's not going to be some, oh no, it didn't matter that much, small little increase, 2,000 damage, right? It's not like going to be like Chloride. Chloride will still get a decent boost from her talent level, but it's not like you're going to see a, a small little increase from the talent number. We can actually even maybe go see. We're going to go ahead and we're going to check on the Capybara. I mean, I know for a fact that was I even hitting 1 million? Was I hitting 1 million on my Mavwika? Maybe I was hitting just 1 million on my Mavwika before I maxed out her burst. But I know, like, Mavwika, her talent levels matter. They are really nice, good scaling. And to see that, I had to wait this long to get this character maxed out, like, there's a reason why the Mavwika videos carried through the Arlecchino videos, right? Realistically, I should have been making videos about Arlecchino and Chloride, but, Arlecchino and Chloride Mavuika takes priority because I'm more concerned about Mavuika. I want to see what Mavuika looks like. I want to see, how she works. When Arlecchino and Chloride came back on banners, I switched to Arlecchino and Chloride sort of videos, right? I went ahead and I was like, oh yeah, that's, Arlecchino Chloride videos, sure. That's what we're going to start doing. And then it became Mavuika videos because I had finally gotten her to a level 9 talent. One of the videos that I made didn't necessarily need to happen because it was mainly just me failing to, do the proper rotation with, Mavuika. But other than that, I mean, the videos I've been uploading is basically just due to not being able to upload those kind of videos when Mavuika was on her banner, right? I have now switched. I mean, now she's double crown talents, and I'm making this video because this is something that I feel like Genshin could easily be changing in the near future, right? I feel like this matters, right? So I'm sort of making this video as a, hey, please change the weekly bosses, because to me, it seems like the weekly bosses are the #1 thing right now that I think I would like changed. I don't think I could ask for another change, because artifact loadouts, we can sort of get by. Like, artifact loadouts are purely quality of life. Whereas weekly boss, I feel like it's kind of a needed feature. It's not necessarily even quality of life. I think it's legitimately a feature that we need in the game to, like, update. We either need, a next tier domain for the weekly bosses that, allows us to get more rewards or something, right? That'd be nice. I mean, we don't have that right now. I think they all stop at like AR45 or something. But hey, I think that would be good to have and, add another tier for that. Or they could easily just double rewards for when the weekly boss comes out, because then by that time, you'd be able to stockpile just a little bit, right? Like, if I had double rewards, I could do a whole other crown on a character, right? I'm pretty sure, right? I don't know how many crowns or how many materials I needed. How many materials do you need to double crown a character? So you need 6 to crown 1 talent, and then you need, a 6 to crown another one. So I have 12. I could have 24 right now. Actually, I could have, technically I had 13. So I could have 26 right now. I just feel like that would be the better option, right? Like, maybe I'm a little, not... like, I feel like that'd be a good way to circumvent this sort of... you don't have to make it so we can repeat the weekly boss or do more weekly boss challenges. Just make it so the double rewards, because, like, realistically, this was just... It wasn't fun using Mavuika not at level 10 talents, to be honest. Like, it wasn't fun. Knowing that she had more power, but I had to wait a week to get it, it wasn't really cool. I didn't really like it, right? I get why the weekly bosses are spread out, and that's to, make sure that 600,000, I mean, that is a huge damage boost. That's not nothing. And then, of course, we don't crit, obviously. We're on the Red Warrior channel or the Genshin Idiot channel, whichever one you want to call me. But yeah, of course, we don't crit on that one. That's a huge damage boost. Hold on, I need to see. I mean, this is C2 Mavuika, so it's a little amplified, but let me go and see what my previous C2 run looked like. I'm gonna be honest, that's 600,000. That's a threshold, right? Okay, so I've looked at the footage, and it's not actually as much as I would have thought. I went ahead and looked back at them, but it is enough to make like 100,000 damage difference, right? So during the melt hits, it seemed to add about 11 to 12,000 damage, and it's important to note that 11 to 12,000 damage is less than her, Q skill, to be honest. Like, that, it is less than this. Like, just full transparency, it's less than increasing this. This damage goes up by a lot. This talent matters a lot, and not being able to max this out is a lot of damage loss comparatively to 1 talent level onto this, right? And also, you can also make the argument that, like, oh, I waited this long for that little of a power increase, because realistically, now looking back at it, not that big of a power increase, right? From level 9 to 10, not that big, but I waited a week to get it, right? And I mean, I do think that it would add up if I did the proper rotation and everything went smoothly. I think it would add up to like 100,000 damage, extra per rotation, which does increase the DPS, which, comparatively to Arlecchino, Arlecchino, who only needed the 1 talent level up, but also was out for like 10 months before, so it was very easy to level her talents up. Comparing that to Arlecchino is not exactly there. And now her E-skill literally doesn't matter, because her E-skill gets, just nullified by the Capybara's damage reduction at the beginning. So there's literally no damage gain from her E-skill, basically. I don't even count that, especially. Like, I don't count it when Mavuika does her E-skill, her initial E-skill hit. I count it when it rains down, but I mean, that's just because the Capybara doesn't have damage reduction at that point. And yeah, overall. But I mean, these two numbers would be such an insignificant small amount that it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can see like 187 like provided, and then like what is Mavwika's 133? Yeah, not really great. It wouldn't change the tides of anything, but it is important. Like, this is something that matters, and you know, it matters, right? And I do feel like, you know, I wish this would have happened when Mavwika's banner was out, right? Because, you know, hey, you could have gone from a level 8 to a level 10, right? And that would have been a very big damage increase if you had the double rewards, right? So overall, I just still think that it's kind of, we need it. We need the weekly boss update. We need a weekly boss update that allows us to actually max out characters before their banner goes away. Because I don't know why Genshin doesn't want to do that. Because, I mean, to be honest, if Genshin would allow us to do that, then we'd be able to actually test the character at their maximum capabilities. Therefore, we'd be able to show, like, oh yeah, here's Mavwika. Look at this new shiny character who's doing millions and millions of damage. Here is, like, her actual proper performance. Whereas we're showing everyone a lower performance Mavwika, like basically all the YouTubers, right? We're showing everyone a lower performance Mavwika, depending on how lucky they, like, the YouTuber got, right? You're showing everyone a lower performance Mavwika comparatively to literally every other character in the game, whereas she could be better, and Genshin would get more sales off of that. To me, it doesn't make sense whatsoever why they want to time limit it this much. I think for new weekly bosses, we should get the double rewards. And I think that would very much so help, because then Mavwika would be able to have been crowned like this, you know. And I mean, we still, some characters do need a triple crown. Some characters really want a triple crown. I mean, you know, you could argue that Shilonen, right? You know, Shilonen, triple crowning this character, let's say the new weekly boss came out, man, this would have sucked to have triple crown, right? You don't need this, but in order to properly show off all of her super, like, strengths, it's like you want her triple crown, because she can be a competent DPS. She can decrease your res by 36% here. And then she can also heal you, and you don't even need that different of a build. I'm running crit rate, and this girl heals for like 7,000 a tick. Please run crit rate on your Shilonen. There's no need to not run crit rate on your Shilonen. I don't get why people don't do it more often, but hey, they don't do it, right? So to me, it doesn't make sense why we have this weekly boss. And this video is just sort of to discuss, like, what do you guys think, basically? what do you guys think? What do you think, you know, about the weekly boss? Maybe you don't care, and you're just like, I don't even go past level 6. Maybe you're that kind of player, right? But hey, for me, who wants the maximum out of my characters so I can compare them, it's very hard. Because certain characters, like I said at the beginning, do scale very well with their talent levels. I'm bringing up Xiao because this guy gets a lot of damage off of his talent levels. Not so much this talent level, but you wanted to get this guy maxed out. And other characters, like, I know Lenny, right? Lenny gains a pretty big amount off of his talent levels. I think he gains a decent amount. And then also Arlecchino here, you want this maximum Masquerade of Death, and you want all of her normal attacks, right? You want the crowns. Like the crowns, Nevi especially. This guy, I think, went up 10k per tick or something. I can't exactly remember. It's been a while since I tested it. But he went up like 10,000 per tick, and it was really insane. And to see, you know, if a character comes out like that, you know, that's gonna hurt the character. Like Mavwika looked a lot closer to C1 R1 Arlecchino than she actually was, due to me having a level 6 and 8 talents when I compared them, right? So overall, I have to say, I feel like we need the weekly boss update. If you guys feel differently, feel free to talk about it in the comments. But, you know, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy the video. If you really enjoyed the video, feel free to become a member. That's all for today. Thank you guys. Goodbye.